focused on sustainable agriculture and what it means for various countries and how they are adopting sustainability measures. We looked at the global context and how sustainability at times creates tensions, not only between countries, but also between some of the pillars of sustainability. We talked about some of the challenges, but also some of the opportunities on the way forward when it comes to defining sustainable agriculture, measuring and having a framework for countries to agree on how products and what products should be traded.
So our panel was a little different. We had a moderator who liked to throw curveballs at us. But at the end of the day, we talked about sustainability, we talked about agriculture, we talked about the challenges that are happening to agriculture with the level of emissions, the level of soil degradation, the environmental challenges, water usages, etc. But then we flipped it and talked about the progress that's been made in agriculture, the fact that we are producing double the amount of food that we did 100 years ago on less land than we would have if we would have used technology and innovation. So at least I tried to talk about the positive aspects of agriculture as a real solution for the future, not just to feed the world as we move toward peak population, but also to mitigate our impact on the land and actually restore land and restore ecosystems. And you can do that based on innovation and based on technology and based on the investment that governments like Canada put into their institutions, both in the private sector and the public sector.
I think some of the lessons and messages that we heard is that, like Canada, every country, at least those we heard from this morning, the US, Australia, Europe, and countries in Latin America, I think have understood that there is a need to make sure that food systems are sustainable. So they are going about it in their own way. And every sector has its different approaches. The soil industry will work on sustainability measures. Cattle will be a different scenario. The grain sector and so forth. What is, I think, really interesting for Canada is, and important, is for us to hear that other countries are doing this too, a different way, because there's no one size fits all, and we heard that during your panel. Our climates, our cultures, our methods are different, but we are all looking to the same outcome or outcomes. And I think this is important for Canada to understand and realize the other pieces. How do we insert that in the global discussion? Because our agriculture sector, for the most part, is export oriented. So how do we ensure that those sustainability outcomes are understood, recognized as such? I think is perhaps an important question.